446. Let's go.
Let's go. Hashtag. Hashtag.
Yeah. Hashtag TikTok. TDB.
Yeah. Find us on TikTok. You won't find us on TikTok.
What's the closest to what we're doing on TikTok?
I don't know. I don't actually use TikTok.
I don't either.
Afraid.
We have to ask the youngs.
Everyone who says who uses TikTok, they're like, it's so good, it's so addicting. Okay, I sure want to do that. Yeah.
YOLO.
Let's do it.
So we are doing some Lincang ripe. This one's actually from Colin, so thank you, Colin. It is a ripe. It comes from an Expo. And, you know, I always love special events. I love me some Expos. Love me some Expo teas.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Does not come with a name tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. The leaves are quite small. I'm giving it like a pretty solid rinse here.
Yeah.
It was all separated up, so I wonder where it came from in terms of the cake, or do you have any idea about any of that?
No, it came from an Expo, my friend. But the leaves are northern. Lincang is the northern, one of the more northern areas that they grow pu'erh in. So
that smells very different.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Colin. I am excited.
Yeah. This has seen some storage. I can tell you that much. I thought I had this once. Maybe I didn't. Maybe we're using the full 10-gram sample.
Holy hell!
Yeah.
It is black. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So Denny is brewing this ripe a bit like how I like to brew my woolies with a very packed guy one. So we're gonna see.
Yeah. Man, look how dark that is. That's like pitch black. What year is this?
Don't know. You know, I could have probably looked it up, but you know, we're going on this.
Wow.
And I thought I had this before, but I'm really down to myself. Woo!
It smells really interesting.
Yeah.
Very mushroomy.
Yeah, it smells a lot like East Asia. Just gonna say that. Yeah.
Cool.
Cheers.
Salute. Cheerio.
Cheerio. It's like ripe on steroids.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like...
It tastes like a ripe, though.
Yeah, thick vanilla, creamy.
Yeah.
Still pretty smooth overall.
Super thick. Damn.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. You know, you don't hear about people doing it with ripes very often, but it is interesting to try the ripes occasionally with like an amped up ratio like this.
Yeah. A little smoky. A little bit of a smoky thing at the very end for me. Holy hell. The quantity of water that absorbed was very small, given how much leaf is in here already. This is insane.
It's true. That's one underrated thing is like when you use a lot of leaf in the gaiwan, you're always getting a little bit less tea out of it too.
Yeah. Come on. Thick. Very good. Wow. So yeah, leaves pitch black.
Yep.
Pretty much a sign of age. Or processing, or both.
Yep.
Tastes a little bit like both.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess that this tea has to be at least 5 years old, if not older. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's like one of those, and you know, Pu'erh is not known to be the most aromatic tea, but it's one of those where you just are lifting the glass or your cup slowly up and you just are wafting the tea.
Oh my God.
It's extremely aromatic.
Fresh cedar boughs. Just like the redwoods. God, in a cup. So good. So good.
A little tart for me on this one, but yeah, still pretty sweet overall. Damn.
Yeah. It reminds me of like all of my favorite parts about being in the woods. So delicious. My friend John would love this tea.
So I'm guessing this would pass the ultralight test.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, especially like a tea like this where you can just destroy it. You can boil this and it probably would just be stronger. It doesn't taste too like bitter to me or anything like that.
No, not really.
Yeah.
It just kind of thickens the brew
right.
overall.
Yeah. So my guess as a result of that would be a combination of like hot, wet storage and probably like, I don't know, 5 years at least.
Yeah.
Something like this.
It's actually a pretty good combo, like kind of hot, wet storage on ripe and then just brewing it really hard, almost like Scott from Yunnan sourcing style.
Yeah. That guy goes hard. This is so good. Very viscous and thick. Montest?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But so different. I mean, this is the kind of tea that I think people who would try this would be like, this is a Camellia sinensis leaves? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the heck? Excuse me. Sorry, all you youngins out there.
Yeah, I do think that this sort of brew, we're both fans of this profile. I think this would definitely be kind of a polarizing profile where some people could not get enough of this because it's kind of just ripe and way up.
Yeah.
Whereas some people might really dislike this. Be like, I'm going to sit this tea out for the next one.
If you like working in a wood shop, this is your tea.
There you go.
It's like tasting sawdust in the best way. In the best way. I don't know how to...
Well, what would be the worst way, Danny?
It'd be very like chalky and you like dry and there'd be like
Okay.
Like puffs of sawdust come out of your mouth and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, comment below. Let us know what your worst sawdust experience was. We'll think of the tea.
That's okay. Back in 1974, I was in Vietnam and there was some timber that did me wrong.
There you go.
Oh God. All right, let's cut that.
And this episode has been sponsored by Northwest Lumber.
It just continues to be so dark.
Yeah.
Actually, for as much how small the leaves were, how much the leaves were broken up and stuff, this is actually a pretty clean brew. There's a little bit like some frothy parts at the very beginning, but for the most part, actually, it's worked out pretty well.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm curious actually how this tea would have performed in a normal session, but I'm actually really enjoying this this 10 grams for 70 milliliter session or whatever we're doing here.
Okay, this is gonna sound bad. Here we go.
Here we go, guys. Let's go.
Dude, I'm getting like deep, like fresh paint smell from this.
Like asbestos paint or just like a more contemporary health safety plant.
Yeah, it's probably still like emitting radiation into the walls somehow, but yeah, like that. I don't. Explain to me what that smells like. I don't know what fresh paint smells like, but it smells kind of like this tea. I mean,
it's such a pungent smell. For me, at least, I get more of like East Asia vibes for this, like a little bit of like kind of herbal medicine, like kind of old Chinese furniture. And like mixed with kind of like that more humid, moist menthol. So sort of like after it rains when it's like 75, 80 degrees outside in Fahrenheit. Yeah. And it's just kind of heat rising out.
Totally.
Yeah.
Damn. What an interesting tea. Thank you, Colin.
Yeah, thank you, Colin.
Thank you, Expo.
What Expo was it?
I know, seriously.
Yeah.
And going hard on this tea, I think, is working super well in particular.
Yeah.
I'm going to do one more full-on blast, and then we'll call it there.
Yeah, it's interesting. These ripes are almost the most flexible brew, where you can go light or you could go strong like this too. And, because it's fermented and stuff, it's not going to bite back in the kind of the normal way that you would, like, you wouldn't want to push a raw that hard because it just gets so astringent.
Yeah.
And that's just not the case here.
Yeah, totally. I'm gonna let this hang out. Wow. It is a soup. And, oh my God. Yeah. You can just see when you put the edges of the top of the gaiwan in there, you can just see how dark it is against the lid. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Black. Yes. So good. Oh, man.
Good tea for like coffee drinkers, whiskey drinkers, perhaps?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's not super smoky, but there's a hint of that. I think it's really, it has that sort of bold
intensity.
Yeah, intensity, totally. Really nice, really different. I feel like this. I really don't think I've mapped cedar in such specificity to a tea before, but this tastes to me like you've been on a cedar lumberyard or something like that. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Getting sweeter.
Yeah. Yeah,
good.
it's starting to become more of a normal ripe, I think, slowly. But yeah, it's good. It's still really thick. Reminds me a little bit of actually of the white tea and lumber slut in a way too. Yeah, which with all your
Aptly named.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Which is not an old ripe, so it makes me wonder a little bit what this is. I probably should have done a wee bit more research, but it's interesting.
Totally. Yeah, a tea worth researching. Thank you again, Colin. This has been really fun for me, and definitely a tea that I would go pick up. People can try to pick this up. The Lincang Expo set
Shoe tool.
ripe
tool. Yeah, it's probably available out there. If I remember, I will message Colin and try to figure out where this is.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna try to pick this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean this is. Yeah. This is so for me. This is a great ripe, but it brings something different to the table.
Yep,
that
for sure.
It's a little bit harder to find in ripe. In raw pu'erh from our show, we have had so much different flavors in that category. This to me represents something a little bit off.
Right. Ripe tends to be a little more monotonous. So,
Yeah.
It's like no disrespect to ripe, but it's very consistent.
Yeah,
usually.
exactly. Yeah, which is, I mean, that's why I drink it almost every day. But it's fun to find something a little bit different. So,
for sure.
Thank you again, Colin. tdb.org for the website. Subscribe to the YouTube channel or don't. Like the video or don't. If you dislike it, doesn't matter anymore. Take that, Obama.
Like us while we're still here before we're replaced by AI.
Yeah, ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, it tastes fruity.
I saw it on our Google Calendar. They're taking over in about 2 months.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, automation, baby.
All right, well, with that, we'll see you guys as robots next time.
Ciao.
Peace.